Hey everyone, so today I just wanted to quickly show something about the REST API that we have for Teamwork Cloud and the ability to be able to get the entire model in a JSON file from the REST API. If you go and were to try to do this manually, it's actually a tad bit of work. So let me just bring up a sample server. So if I wanted to go in here, I would and do this, I would need to get the project ID, and then I would need to use that project ID to get the latest commit. And once I have those two, I can go down to um, our our element services and get all of the elements. Um, so that's here, get elements. But the problem that you have here is one that could crash your server because there can be so many elements. So what they do is they have a cutoff point, and so you need to actually add some pagination. Um, I don't see it shown on this particular view. I don't know, it may only be in certain calls on the REST API, but there's pagination, which basically it allows you to separate the results into separate pages. So we take in 100 model elements and we save that to a page, and then we get the next 100 all the way down, and then you combine all of them. Well, for a beginner REST API user such as myself, this seems like a daunting task. But through just a little bit of Claude usage, I was able to take this entire model and be able to write a Python using Jupyter Notebook, and this is VS Code. I was able to write a script that would allow me to grab all of these elements and return a model file. Now, in this particular instance, I think um, we're getting the simple vehicle model. So when you're getting the simple vehicle model, if we go and we take a look at it, it's a bit of a larger model. If we look at the project statistics, I'd say it's maybe medium or on the small side in comparison to like a true program model that you would have seen in a mature model for SysML v1. But for SysML v2, we have a lot more elements. So it's at least medium size, if not large, for right now. So it has about 1,100 shown project elements, but um, this there I think is a little bit more than that. I think there's maybe closer to like 1,700 in total. So anyways, when I export that using this script, so this first portion of it is logging in. You need to put in your server, including the port number, your username, and then if you call it just like this, it will, and I've shown videos on this in the past, I'll try to link it here. Um, it will prompt you for your password. And so once you do that, you give it the project ID, the commit ID, and then this is where you can change the page size. Right now, I don't know the limitations behind this, so I've only used 100. I'm not sure if it's configured to be able to do different page sizes at the moment, or maybe I just didn't use it correctly when I was testing it out. But this max workers, this is really important. Um, So since since the element size is so small in comparison to how many elements there are, I'm running these in parallel. If I were to do one here, this would take over 30 minutes to complete. But since I ran it with 40 workers, it only took 18.5 seconds, which was uh, a huge increase. Um, and so I'm not going to do an overview of this code because this code was actually written by AI anyways. I'm not a REST API expert. But essentially, it goes in, grabs all of the elements, and um, it paginates everything and then combines the files combines all of those files at the end, and then you can print this out to a singular JSON file like we're doing here. When you run this, you'll get something like this huge file here. It's even hard to it's even hard to open because there's so many model elements. I think this one is 163 megabytes, so a rather large file for a not so big model. So that's interesting. But if you were wondering how to do this, it is possible, and this is the method that you should use in order to do so.